All right, guys, let's have some fun. How's everybody doing out there in YouTube land? This is Marky Mark. Welcome to Marky Mark Philippines Life. My name is Mark Jackson. I'm here in North Carolina, USA, on the east coast of USA. And I started this channel because I wanted to give everybody an opportunity. And also I wanted to help those of you that are looking at possibly moving to Southeast Asia, maybe moving to the Philippines. And I wanted to give you the opportunity to follow my journey, all the ups and downs, the victories, the failures. I've been doing online dating now since 2007. That's right, 2007. My first online experience, dating experience, was actually on a website called MySpace. I'm really aging myself now, and if you remember, you're aging yourself too. But yeah, MySpace was the platform, and that was even before we did the video calling and everything. So I've learned a lot over the years, guys. I've had a lot of victories, but I've had more failures. I've been burned. I've been scammed. You pretty much name it. But I also had some really, really good experiences over there with the Philippines, with the Filipinas. And I fell in love with the Philippines. I just fell in love with the Philippines, guys. And the women are just icing on the cake. They're just totally icing on the cake. But now that I'm at retirement age, I am looking to spend my fourth quarter of my life in the Philippines, retired in the Philippines, and hopefully can find the love of my life. Hopefully can find a love interest over there because it's so much more fun when you got a life partner. I mean, I don't have to marry her, but I want to find a life partner over there, and I am going over there totally single. But this episode of you on my YouTube right now is really going. I want to share with you 13 things, and there's more than 13, but I wrote these 13 down. I actually have them written on an envelope right here, so I don't miss anything. And they're not in any particular order, but they're the things that I've learned that cost me money. That cost me money, that cost me time. And I don't want you to have to go through the same thing, guys. I don't want you to have to go through the same thing. And I started this countdown to the Philippines. I was around 143 days from flying to the Philippines on March the 8th. 143 days. Today, I'm at 60 days. So it'll be here like that, right? It'll be here like that. And I'll be going to the Raleigh-Durham Airport here in North Carolina, flying to San Francisco, then San Francisco to Davao City. I don't know if Davao is where I'm actually going to be living, but that's going to be my first landing spot. And I'm just going to enjoy my time. I'm going to be staying at a motel for a few days, then I'll be traveling around, possibly to different cities, possibly to different islands. And I'm going to be YouTubing. I'm going to be vlogging. I'm going to be sharing my experience. And I know there's 1,000 other ones out there, but everybody's got their own flavor, right? Everybody's got their own flavor, their own personality, their own way of delivering. And so I just hope that I can attract the right audience to my channel. Little old me, Mark Jackson. I was a nurse for I was a nurse for 25 years, a licensed practical nurse, mostly specializing in hospice and palliative care, but I pretty much worked everywhere. So I've been married 3 times. The last time I was married, I was actually married to a Filipina, believe it or not. Got married in the Philippines. And so anyway, that's another YouTube episode, right? That's another vlog. But I'm going to share with you, and the title of this is going to be something pretty close to the 13 red flags to know to protect your wallet. So this is for you men out there, okay? The 13 red flags you need to know to protect your wallet. And this is all based off of experiences that I've had personally with multiple Panays over there. And I even talked about them on FB. I actually talked about them on my FB reels and my FB stories. So you can actually go over there and hear some of the things. But I'm going to repeat them right here. So definitely follow my journey. Make sure that you subscribe, share, hit that notification button, hit that bell, that notification bell, I should say. But let's get started. Now, this is not in any particular order, guys, okay? Not in any particular order. But the first one that I have here, and those of you that have been on Filipina Cupid, maybe you've been on Christian Filipina, and so many other sites out there. But the first red flag is when they tell you, I'm a simple girl. Okay? Now, the thing is, there's way more good Filipinas over there Then there are the scammers and the bad ones, the money grabbers and so forth. There's way more good ones. The problem is that the bad Filipinos get your attention faster. They know how to get your attention. They know how to put something in their bio or say something to you on video to start getting you to lean towards them, to start showing that compassion, more compassion towards them. And the first thing I'm saying is they're going to say I'm a simple girl. Because honestly, we Western men, and more particularly we men from the United States, that's what a lot of us want. Not all of us, but that's what a lot of us that are going on these sites, we're looking for a simple woman. We're looking for a woman that's simple, that's easy to get along with. You know, as they say, I want peace, right? We're looking for a peaceful, simple woman, all right? Not a headstrong, hard-hearted, independent, I don't need a man type of woman. We want a simple woman. But that's one of the things that the scammers know that we want. So they put it in their bio. They say it to you on video. Oh, I'm just and they're so sweet. Aren't they so sweet when they do that? I'm just a simple woman. I'm a simple woman. So that's one of the first red flags, okay? That because they're going to start weaving you into their web, okay? So that's number one. Remember, this is no particular order. And please put in the comments if you've ever had this happen to you or if you've ever experienced any one of these 13 things, red flags that I'm about to share with you. And if you know other red flags, put them in the comments also, okay? I'd love to read them. So, number one, first one I have is I'm a simple woman. That's the first thing that gets you into that net, okay? The second one, I'm not materialistic. I'm not materialistic. Now, isn't that something that we from the United States, we men, isn't that something that we love to hear? We love that because that means we know we don't have to be cranking out money all the time because they want a new diamond ring, they want a gold watch, they want a necklace, they want a new car, you need to spend $300 to get the hair done, $100 to get the nails done and pedicure, all those things. So they tell you up front, and this just happened to me recently, guys. This just happened to me recently where one of the first things that she said in the relationship that we had, which lasted over 2 years LDR, but thank God I broke it up in time before I fly over there in 60 more days, okay? But one of the things she said was, I always would say, is, I'm not materialistic. But here's the thing. They may say I'm not materialistic, and they may not necessarily be materialistic. But that opens the door. This is what I just recently learned. That opened the door for them to nickel and dime you on other things, on the necessity things, on the things that you think you should do for her. And the next thing you know, you spent hundreds, then thousands of dollars on this non-materialistic girl that you have, but she nickel and dime you on everything else that you thought was a legitimate ask, right? So be careful. So that's the second one I have, is when they tell you, I'm not materialistic, all right? The third one, I need load. Then they might not necessarily say, will you buy me load? And for those of you that don't know what load is, that's like minutes. And I can hear in the States, they need minutes on their phone. They need to get their phone loaded so that they can continue. They always say it like this, so they can continue to talk to you. I love you. I want to communicate with you. Okay? I need load. Oh, I want to call you. Or you'll say, hey, let's talk tomorrow at this time. Okay, but I need load. I'm down on load. I don't have data, right? And then what's the first thing? You got money in your bank account. You got money in your wallet. You got money on your PayPal. What's the first thing the average American is going to say when they say, I don't have load? First thing we're going to say, I mean, I did it, right? Oh, well, how much is your load? And when they tell you that small amount, so to speak, you say, okay, here, I'll send you the money to get your load. Or I even got it on one of my phones where I could put load on their phone. What I stopped doing was sending them the load, and I would load it up for them. There's apps for that, okay? Um, but even with that, all they got to say is, well, I don't have load to call you, baby. I don't have load to call you, honey, because they know you're going to come to their rescue, okay? So that's another red flag, the I need load line, okay? The next one I have here is no food. Now, I just talked to one just recently that said that she needed money for food for her and her kids. But I talked to her on video, and her nails, they were some of the best looking nails I'd seen. Every one of them. I mean, they didn't just have the one color. They had the 2 and 3 colors and the designs. She had 3 necklaces on. One with an initial. Her first name started with an M, so she had an M for her initial. And then she had 2 other necklaces. But she told me, oh, these aren't gold necklaces. These are just fashion necklaces. These are just fake necklaces. Okay? Her hair looked good. Her clothes looked good. The kids were dressed okay, nice, for kids. They're average, right? Little kids. And the house didn't even look that bad. I mean, it wasn't one of those Napier huts, one of those houses that's just falling down, and everything. But she desperately needed money for food. That's a red flag, y'all. Don't be stupid. That is a red flag. Red flag. And we all know that everybody has told us what? Never send money. There's only one time. Now, it's up to you. Now, if you've been dating her for 6 months, I always say 6 months, and she's never asked you for money. She's never, even when you try to give them money, they won't accept. Yet they still talk to you every day. You still spend time with each other every day for about 6 months. At that point, you pretty much got a good relationship. Then you can send them a little bit to help them out, a little bit to go to Jollibee or something like that, or maybe a little bit for their birthday or something like that, right? But I like to say now that I've learned from experience, and I've learned from the good experience that I've had from a Panay over there, that 6 months is a good mark to look at. Okay, can they survive? Because most of them, look, the scammers won't make it 6 months. That one that wanted money for her kids to eat and everything, she ghosted me. After that conversation, I never heard from her again. Okay, all right. So don't have any food. That's another one where they start getting into your wallet. The next one, I broke my phone. I cracked my phone. I broke my phone. Now, most of the Panays over there, I love them to death. God bless them, y'all. Panays are my favorite people. But most of them are using iPhones. I don't even use an iPhone. Yeah, I know some of y'all are going to get on me about that. Yes, I'm an Android guy. I got 2 Androids, right? But all those Panays over there, most of them have iPhones. And how did they get an iPhone when they don't hardly make any money? They don't have a job. They got 2, 3, 4, and 5 kids. I'm going to tell you how. They found some people, some men that, I don't want to say they were soft, but they convinced them through any of these 13 or more techniques that I'm sharing with you. They convinced a foreigner, whether United States, UK, Australia, whatever, to buy them an iPhone. That's the case over 95% of the time over there. Over 95% of the time. No lie. So I broke my phone. I need you to help me. I found an iPhone on a good deal. I found an iPhone, and then and somebody is going to send them the money. Somebody's going to send them the money. But that's a red flag. The next one, number 6, lies. You know, I'm going to share with you 2 kind of lies. I got down here, number 6 is lies and number 7 is lies. But number 7 is lies to save face. For those of you that don't understand Filipinos, especially Panays, is they don't like to be embarrassed. They don't like to be called out in public. They don't really like to be called out in private. And to save themselves from that embarrassment, they have to do what they call save face, or what we call, that both of us call save face, which means that it is acceptable to lie to you if it saves their face. I'm going to give you a real life example of that. But the first one is just lies in general. I just came out of a relationship where it took me 2 years to just realize she's just a liar. She's a chronic liar. And it took me over 2 years thinking I had a good woman, the right woman for me. Now, she may be the right woman for somebody out there. Maybe somebody even watching this YouTube might be the right woman. I don't know. But she wasn't the right woman for me because it was constant lies. And I called her out on some of the lies, which made her mad. And then some of the lies, I didn't even call it out because the way she responded on the ones that I called her out on, I already knew that the other times, yes, she lied too, but I wasn't going to waste my time and energy calling her out because I knew she would deny it. But you don't want to be with not even in the States, right? Nowhere, in no country do you want a female, a woman, someone that you want to love, trying to love, or just naturally love, to just be a compulsive liar. So that's another big red flag is, do they lie to you all the time? Why would you want to get involved with someone that's a compulsive liar? But then we've got lies to save face. I'm going to give you a real life example. And they may have even been lying on this. I can't prove that she wasn't. But let me give an example. So the relationship, and I won't say her name because I'm not that type of guy, but I will say the relationship that I just came out of, LDR, was hoping to see her in 60 more days, but I'm not. Way back over a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago, she lived in this little room. It was like a boarding house room. Not much space, very hot, no AC, all that stuff. That's where I met her. And we always talked to each other on video. And so while we were talking to each other, I kept hearing this clankety, 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 clankety. I said, what is that noise? And she said, oh, that's my fan. I need a new fan. I have to hit it to get it started. And it had all kind of problems. And she had no money, right? She washed clothes for a living. That was her job. She hand washed clothes at a laundromat or washed clothes at a laundromat, dried them and folded them up. She made very, very little money, very, very little pesos. But she needed a new fan. So I asked her how much a fan was. She went and checked and she came back. She told me what it was. And so I said, okay, I'll send that to you on Friday, or I'll send that to you, blah, 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 right? And that's another little tip too. I never send them the money right away, even if I have it. Always wait a day or two. That's a little tip. Oh, like if today is Wednesday here in the United States, you say, oh, I'll send it to you Friday. Okay. Oh, I'll send it to you Saturday. Because if you're one of those guys that sends it to them right away, they pick up on it. Y'all, I'm telling you, they pick up on it. Okay. So that's just a quick tip I don't even have in my notes. But when they lie to save face, so what happened was, so I sent her the money to get a new fan. Now I'm feeling good because I'm helping her out. She won't have to sleep in that hot room, I feel like I'm doing something good. I feel like I'm doing something good. And so a couple of days later, I'm talking to her on video, and I hear that clankety clank again. And I said, what is that noise again? She said, oh, that's the fan. That's that fan. I said, don't you have the new fan? She said, oh, my friend so-and-so, I'm not saying names here, my friend so-and-so, she needed to borrow it, so I let her borrow it. So I'm thinking, coming from a Western mentality, why would you take a fan that your man bought for you and let a friend, a lady, a neighbor, borrow the fan at the sacrifice of you continually using the bad fan? I know what you guys are thinking, right? Let the friend use the bad fan because at least it was barely working, right? Naturally. So I let that go, but a little red flag went off in my head. The next day, same thing. But I particularly said, did you get your fan back from so-and-so? Oh, no, she still has it. I'll be getting it back. The next time I talked to her, I said, baby, I said, let me, did you get your fan back? Let me see the fan. Let me see it. Did you get the fan back? She says, no, my so-and-so friend still has it. And so this time I decided to continue questioning her on this fan. She finally, after I pressed her and pressed her, she snapped, which is what I wanted her to do. You either going to snap and tell me the truth, or you're going to snap and stick to your lie. So she stuck to her lie first. And she said, my God, baby, it's just a fan. And then she used some curse words, right? It's just a damn fan. My God, What are you making a such big deal of it for? And I said, I'm making a big deal of it is because I sent you the money particularly for you to help you out in your situation to buy that new fan that you showed me a picture of the fan there at the store where you were going to buy it. Okay? But now there's no fan. Where's the fan? And so she started cussing, lost her mind. And so I can't remember if I hung up on her or she hung up on me. But whatever it was, I let her boil for a while. I let her boil for a while. The next day, about 24 hours later, she told the truth. She said, I'm sorry, I didn't buy the fan. I'm so sorry. My mama really needed, her mom lived about, a 2-hour drive away in a car, and she said, my mom needed the money for blah, blah, blah. And I took the money that you sent me. I really needed the money to send to my mother because she was in a financial problem. She said, I sent the money to my mother. I didn't buy the fan. But that was a lie to save face. Okay, I just wanted to give you all that example of how they'll stick to it until you continue to press them. So what am I saying? I always in my YouTubes, and I always in my Facebook's lives and my Facebook videos and my YouTube videos, I always end them with these 3 words of advice. Stay safe, keep your head on a swivel, and don't trust anybody 100%. That Panay that you're talking to, I don't care how good it looks. I don't care how much she smiles and gigis and ha-ha and, wears these sexy outfits for you and dances for you and kisses you and watches you while you sleep. Yeah, I'm naming everything. And, doing some other things on YouTube. I'm not on YouTube. No, don't do it on YouTube. But other things on cam for you, I'm telling you, don't you trust her 100%. Don't you trust her, because there's 2 lies. The first lie is a person that's just a compulsive liar. And the second one is somewhere down the line, even that Panay that you're talking to has lied to you. Even if it was a little small lie, she had to lie to you to save face. I'm not done, y'all. I'm not done. Number 8, somebody in the family died and they need money for funeral expenses. They don't have the money. Can you send me a few pesos? Oh, just 5,000 pesos, baby. I just need 5,000 pesos. Guys, protect your wallet for 6 months. 6 months. There's only one way you can send them money in less than 6 months. And I'm going to give that to you at the end of this YouTube, at the end of this video. Only one way you should send them money after 6 months. If you send the money before 6 months, there's only one way you should do it. One instance that you should do it, and I'm going to share that with you at the end. Okay, someone died. They need money for funeral. Oh, here's a big one. Number 9. They need money because somebody's sick and they're in the hospital. Grandma's in the hospital. Auntie's in the hospital. I need to go to the hospital. So my friend needs to go to the hospital. Something's going to happen. Trust me. Something's going to happen in your relationship where somebody had to go to the hospital. And they're going to need some pesos from you to help them, or they're going to be in dire straits. I'm here to tell you again, their story may be partially true, but don't send it. Don't send it, guys. I'm telling you, once you send one time, you're going to fall into the trap. Okay? Number 10, they're going to need money for emergency. Some type of travel or emergency. All right? I got burnt for over $900 by this one. They needed money because they were going to go work overseas. They're going to go work overseas as a nanny. And they said they went through some type of travel agency. But before they could hire them, it was like a cost of about $900 to pay for papers and this and that before they could fly overseas to be a housekeeper. Now, my Panay wife that I had, she told me, when I told her that story, which was years later after, when I met my Panay wife, that was years prior to me meeting my Panay wife. But she told me, my Panay wife told me, she scammed you, baby. And I took up for the girl. I said, no, she was going to go get a job at so-and-so, and she needed so-and-so. And my Panay wife got so upset, she started crying. And she says, baby, please believe me. Why are you believing her and not believing me? You got scammed. She stole $900 from you. And back in 2007, 2008, 900 USD was worth a whole lot more in pesos than what it is right now in 2025. No, this is 2026, right? It's worth a whole lot more than it is now in 2026. 900 bucks. And it took me years before I would realize and understand that my Panay wife was right. Looking back on all the red flags, I got scammed. I got scammed for 900 bucks trying to help out somebody. We're almost done, guys. Number 12. Stole their money. This was another one that I just got out of a relationship with, an LDR relationship, is that on 2 occasions where I sent her a gift or sent her money, somebody stole it. On both occasions, she had the story that somebody broke into her room and stole the flowers that I sent her and stole the pesos that I sent her. Now, my question is how they even know that she had those pesos, how they even know that she had those flowers. Maybe they saw the flowers get delivered to her boarding room. I don't know. Those are answers to questions I'll never have. But they're going to tell you somewhere down the line that something was stolen from them. Stole their phone, stole your gift that you sent them, stole money, stole something. When really it wasn't stolen, guys. They used it for something other than what they said they were going to use it for. Or they're saying it was stolen so they can get some more money out of you. Okay? I got some more stories on my most recent relationship, but I'm almost ashamed to tell you what they are, guys. Just be careful. 6 months, remember, 6 months. The last one is, it's my birthday. Now, you know how we are over here in the States. Everybody, when somebody tells you it's their birthday, you're going to give them $1 or $2, or you're going to wish them happy birthday, or you're going to hug them or give them some advice or whatever, right? But in the LDR, when they say it's my birthday, trust me, they are expecting you to send them some money. They're expecting you to send them some money, or at least send them enough money so they can buy them a meal at Jollibee. All right? So it's my birthday. When they tell you that, don't send. Just tell them, hey, happy birthday. I'm so happy for you. Sing happy birthday to them. Just say, you know what? I wish I could send you a gift, but I just can't send it right now. And they're going to beg you for some pesos. Just send me 1,000 pesos, just 1,000 pesos, which is not much in our money. But remember, it's all a web. And the real scammers over there, remember, there's more good girls than bad girls, way more good girls than bad girls. But the bad girls are so good at what they do, and all they need to do is get you. It's like a spider. A spider is in their web, and they're watching that grasshopper, and they see that grasshopper hopping around, and they're just saying, just touch it. You don't even have to fly, you don't even have to hop into the middle. You don't even have. I got this beautiful web, but you don't even have to hop into the middle of the web. You don't have to plunge straight forward. Just touch it. Come on, just touch the web. Why? Because that spider knows that all they got to do is touch that web. And when they touch that web, guys, got them, and you won't even realize that you got. You won't even realize that you got. Just touch the web. Whether it's my birthday web, I need to feed the kids web, send me a gift web, any of those 13 things that I shared with you web. If you touch that web, they got you. Those Filipinos have a power. They've got a power I can't explain it. They got some kind of power and control that if you touch that web, guys, it's hard for a man to get out of that web. Because what does the grasshopper do when he's trying to take his foot out of the web? He puts his other foot in the web to pull the other foot out. Now he's got 2 feet in the web. Now he puts that third foot in the web to pull the other 2 out. Now he's got 3 feet in the web. You guys see where I'm going with this. Don't touch that web. I should have titled this, Don't Touch That Web. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to do 13 red flags in parentheses. Don't touch that web. I like that. Don't touch that web. I like that. So anyway, guys, I promised you that at the very end, I was going to tell you that you need to wait 6 months. This is my opinion. You guys may have different techniques. That's fine, and I respect that. But the only way you should send money before the 6-month period of not sending them money is if you're traveling to the Philippines within that 6 months, then yes, you want to send them money because, and you better trust them now, better trust them, but you want to send them something so that they can have money for travel to get to the airport or wherever, the bus terminal, wherever it is that you're going to meet her or meet her and her family or whatever, then you want to send them money, okay? And that's the only time you want to send that Panay money is, before the 6 month of getting to know her, is if you're flying over there to see her anywhere between month 1 and month 6. That's the only time. Now, here's what I want to say before I wrap this up. You guys aren't going to listen to a word I just said. I know it because she's too pretty. She's too pretty. Them lips, them eyes, that long black hair, that caramel skin. Yeah, that 5'1", 4'11", so sweet, 99 pounds, 105 pounds, 120 pounds. Look, what her looking at you in that camera, smiling, is going to outweigh. It's going. What I'm saying don't mean a hill of beans. It don't mean jack squat. What I'm saying to you guys right now, because she just got it going on, man. Look at this face and look at your girl's face. Who you gonna listen to? You gonna listen to her. But if you don't listen to what I just shared with you, those 13 things plus that bonus, you're going to be looking back, scrolling back through Marky Mark Philippines Life videos, trying to find this video right here. This video right here. You're going to be looking for it. And you're going to be like, I be damn. Marky Mark told me. Hey, guys, stay safe. Keep your head on a swivel. And don't trust anybody 100%.